Hello out there, YouTubers, and welcome to another day of PE Slick Podcast. This is your host, Ranger Matt. Forgive me if I'm talking a little groggily. I just had my tooth pulled from here and here, so I'm still recovering from that, and I'm actually surprised I'm doing a podcast after having that happen. But as soon as I have a guest coming on, I have another rapper from Baltimore. I know a few weeks ago. I had a great time talking with a previous rapper, and now I have one coming on, Mr. Joshua Black Swag. He's going to come on and talk with us a bit about how he got started with rapping and other things that's going on out here in the world. And here he is.
My bad for the delay.
Now,
Just
it's
doing
all
a little
good.
bit of lift.
Oh, it's all good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Say what's up, Daniel. What's
What's
that?
going on? Oh man,
We black, we blessed.
that's right, man. Black Power.
Yeah. So
Yo,
wait, where's Cheese?
huh?
Is Cheese gonna go on live?
No. Mm-mm. This is
Oh,
my own podcast. So it's like if he were to have gone live, he would have had to have been with you or been with me. But no, mm-mm.
okay.
No, this is just me
Uh,
interviewing you about your work.
uh
Can can you hear me?
Hold on. Crap.
Okay.
You still there? Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
You know how to get straight there? Okay. So what's good, man? How you doing?
Hey man, I was trying to do an intro and I realized my headphones were plugged in. I just took them out. I'm actually recovering. I just had two of my teeth pulled on Monday, so I'm actually recovering from that.
What's your wisdom tooth?
No, I had a teeth broken here already from last year, and this one was bothering me, so they yanked it out Monday. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Wow, your teeth pulled. Ugh.
yeah, yeah. So hey man,
Yeah.
how did you well where are you from actually? Let me start with that.
Well, I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland, or Baltimore. Charm City.
Hmm.
That's where I'm originally from.
Okay. And when exactly in your life did you know that you wanted to start rapping?
Man, the first time I think I really wanted to take myself serious was with the Jay-Z and Nas battle when I was like
Hmm.
11 years old, taking it back to 2001. Or like Jay-Z, Nas, Eminem, Ludacris, uh people before me that paved the way. I was like, yo, watching BET 106 and Park, like kind of like opened my eye, like, yo, this is something I want to do for the rest of my life.
Right.
For real, like when AJ and Free was on 106 and Park, that really changed me. Like, that's something I like. Back, like to me, do I make this left? Okay, my bad. But rap to me is like basketball, something I'm very passionate about. So like, I just love the skill level of seeing like MCs, like I just said, like Ludacris, Jay Z, Eminem, Cameron,
Right.
Cannabis, LL Cool J, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Biggie Smalls. That's my era. That's like from my cloth. That's what I look up to when I was growing up.
There you go. Okay. So with rapping is something that well, when you got into it, do you remember the first lines or song that you put together when you first got started?
The first song. Now I probably can't remember it because it was terrible back then. Because it was that bad. I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was a kid, like for real, like I didn't really have like life experiences. I would just be the kid playing Pokemon cards, playing Dragon Ball Z and all that. But like I didn't really have like no street experience until I got older, real life experience. So
Right.
like my brothers was like doing it before me because like my brother, he still making music. Shout out to my brother Diesel and Big O. And they inspired me because like, y'all's is right there. Okay. Can you make it from over there? Okay. Now I can just do the interview here. You be safe, man. My bad, man.
Hey,
Yes. Peace out, Daniel. Hold on for a second. Let's see.
okay,
Is this off? Let's see. Yeah, it is. All right, now I'm back.
okay.
Okay, is this thing working? Yeah, first rap, dag. Like I was talking about my brothers, like my brother was on like 92Q, and that made me like, yeah, that made me want to get with rapping. And like the first rap that I wrote, I can't even remember, and it was that bad. It was that bad. So
Um,
it's all the learning process. It's all the learning process.
right. Yeah, when you first starting to do this, is like you it's hard to describe it, but it can hit you from me being a writer. It hits you, and it's like once you take it and write with it, you run with it. So rapping was
Right.
obviously something that you wanted to get into.
Yeah, like I was like when I was ever since I was a kid, like I was always a good writer. It's just my
Mhm.
delivery was off. It was like
Right.
off. Like um I used to like rush through, like try to get to the point of the song for real, like with a clear message, but that really wasn't working. So like I'm gonna share like a story, like the first time I was ever in an actual studio, I was like what, about 15, 16 years old, and you know I was doing a song with my homeboy. He's my nephew, but we like brothers, and
Mhm.
like me and him started off rapping at the same time. So like we went to the studio, right,
Right.
and he laid down his verse, and he was just going. And like when
Yeah.
it came down to my verse, I couldn't finish it. I was like stuck in. I was, messing up. I was stuttering. I was nervous. Like it was like my very first time. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't even get a sentence out. I couldn't get nothing out. But then something that I needed, like, okay, this is like reality. Like, oh, do you really want this? Like, do you see yourself rapping for the rest of your life? And like it was a challenge for me. So like all I had to do was like keep practicing and practicing, memorizing until I got it.
Right. There you go. Um, so which side would you see between well, this is kind of a I guess a '90s question, but I was going to say between Tupac and Biggie Smalls, or did you like both of
I love both of them.
them?
I love both of them. Like that's a with big storytelling with his flow, like it's very melodic, and like people are forgetting Biggie's Jamaican, so like he has a lot of melody in his rhyme schemes.
Right.
And Tupac, he was like very they Tupac was very aggressive. He was a his storytelling as well was like very visual, and like he was a fast writer. Tupac was a fast writer. Like he
Right.
could write like a song like in like 5 minutes if he wanted to. And like I learned from like both of them. So like it's I'm like a student of their craft for real. So I learned from both of them, like I said. But
Right.
I don't really like it too. Maybe more. I'm more of a big guy because of the lyrical side, but Tupac as far as like artistry.
Okay. Well, I gotta ask, man, since you're a rapper and all that. where are the females at, man, today? I mean, I know we got COVID and all this going on, but where the females at, man?
The female MCs.
No, I'm just playing, man. I say it to everybody. I was just saying,
Oh,
I was just
oh,
saying,
well, they are probably home chilling. Wait, like everybody stuck in the house, probably
yeah,
booed up with a boyfriend or baby father. You know how that shit go.
yeah, yeah, I know. And since the malls is closed and everything, and everybody got to be distant because of the COVID and all that stuff, it's like, yeah, I know. So I wanted to ask you, Devin, and me talked about your album that you had put out. When did you release it?
I released it December 5th, 2019. So just it was almost last year.
Okay, so
So it's just recently.
okay, so when you released it, what was that feeling like that you finally after writing and all that you finally had something put out?
Man, I was like, it's finally done. I'm excited. Like people are still listening to it. It took a few years to actually get this album done. No, only like I had a lot to say on this album, and even though it only has like 10 songs,
Right,
um, no, wait, no, it has 11 songs. My bad, it has 11 songs. With this album, I had a whole lot to say because like there's a lot going on, like that's like very relevant today. What I said, like on my song "Everyday Struggle," I'm talking about poverty, people losing their jobs. I'm losing my job. I'm losing my brother, my grandmother at the same time. It was a real tough time, and like people gotta understand, like when you're putting the album together, it's it just can't be, it just can't be. I'm just putting it out just to put it out. I have to make a big statement. So
right,
like making an album is like it's kind of like I'm giving out a story. I'm giving you an audio book.
right.
It's like an audio book. I'm giving you 11 chapters of my life.
Hmm.
11 songs, 11 chapters. So that's how I see like making an album, and it takes time to make an album. It may take you what um couple of months, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of years, but it all depends on the artist,
Right.
on like what's your tempo and what you want to bring out to the people.
Okay. With everything that's been going on recently with the COVID and now with the riots and everything, what is your viewpoint on all that? I didn't ask people that I've interviewed recently. What is your viewpoint on the world right now with everything that's been going on recently?
Man, I'm praying that the world gets better, but like you know it saddens me that it's taking so long to for people actually like to see what our black people been going through for the past 400 plus years.
Hmm.
Like it shouldn't take that long for like 4 police officers to get arrested for killing George Floyd. They should
Right.
have been arrested. And like it's so biased, like the justice system is so biased. Like you know, I was talking to my mother this about this the other day. Like if it was 4 black cops killing 1 white guy, then they would have been actually. My mom said they would have got shot and they'd be done, or like they would have got fired or right off the bat,
Yeah.
or automatically got charged right away.
Right.
But those guys didn't get charged right away. It had to take like a couple weeks, and like um like I said, it just saddens me. Like, I'm just hoping like it opens, people's, eyes up more because like, man, this is just terrible. It's awful,
Yeah.
egregious.
Yeah. I do. The one thing
It's
about
hella.
that. What you was gonna say?
I said we can't forget what happened with Breonna Taylor. Though the cops still didn't get arrested
Yeah, yeah,
for what happened to her. So like, see how bad it is? It's really that bad.
yeah, absolutely. And I believe too that we not only need better police officers, somebody that's going to do their job and do it right, but we also need a better mayor and a better leader who's going to possibly lead us to a better future of the world, especially well here in Maryland. So that way, this doesn't happen. But at the same time, we do got people out here that's still racist, still racial. I deal with that making my deliveries all the time. So yeah, I'm aware of that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's yeah. Even before all this happened, there was a customer that my job deals with, and he literally I don't know why, but he doesn't like me. I never did nothing to him. I delivered to his place, and he called back and told them he don't want that nigger on his property. So
Racism is a big problem. It's been a big problem for years, and like people, using bigotry and discrimination against like multiple colors. But I feel like the way to kill racism is, of course, love.
right,
By the way, love, conquers everything. Another thing that can stop racism is people gotta understand you're not born racist.
right,
You're taught racism. You are taught to hate. Racism is another form of hatred, and like um it all starts at home.
right,
So like the next generation, or like kids who are at home are learning from their parents, or like their guardians, like to say things like white people this, white people that, Asians, blacks, nigga this, nigga that, all this stuff. And like know parents have to be mindful of like what they teach their kids,
right,
especially like the white ones, like they trying to make it seem like all black laws like they're how we act, how we dress, and that is far from the truth. That's
right.
far from the truth. So like everything starts at home, like I said.
You're right. Yeah.
And you you know I was talking to somebody earlier about uh, 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 uh,
You you kind of froze there.
you, you know the uh, like, you you got uh, uh,
You breaking up there, Josh. Can't hear you. You may have to sign out and then sign back in. Josh will be right back after these messages. Sorry, y'all couldn't hear me earlier, but my headphones was in. But I was saying that I got Baltimore, another Baltimore rapper with me tonight. You're hearing him right now, Joshua Swag, Black Swag. That's his name on the album. And I recently had mouth surgery with one tooth here and tooth here taken out, but I'm here doing the podcast and waiting on Josh to waiting on Josh to sign back on. But we were just recently talking about what's been going on in the world today, and I do pray for people out here today, and for George Floyd's family as well. Um, I'm not gonna get too deep into my 2 cents about it because I have my opinion about it, but I don't want to get into that. I'm not into politics or I'm not a news junkie. However, I do feel as though racism needs to stop and that we need more love. And what Josh was saying was right. I'm just waiting for him to sign back. Oh, there we go. Waiting for him to sign back on, and we're gonna continue the conversation.
Can you hear me?
There we go. All right.
Now I'm back. Now I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the internet connection. This is my LTE.
Okay. Yeah, because you were talking, I was hearing you, but then you was freezing in and out a bit, and I restarted it thinking it was my end because I had some problems before I signed on a minute ago. That's why I was saying, try to sign off and sign back on, but I can hear you. So hey Josh. So I was gonna ask you. So any plans to release
Yeah.
your second album?
Yeah. Oh no, this is my third album
Oh,
project. What I'm
shoot.
planning on doing is like here. Um, I'm I'm gonna promote this album for a while
Okay.
because it's like this is a big part of my life for real. So like I feel like Black Swan is gonna do big numbers, and I'm not you know I'm trying to reach you know ears, like not just thousands, millions, and billions. It, I can do it. No, I just gotta keep got to so
Wait a minute, because you're
I
breaking up
may
a little bit again.
be working
Okay.
on like you know song.
Wow. There we go.
I think this LTE is just bad, man.
Uh,
You still there?
yeah.
Yeah, my bad. The LTE is just bad. Maybe it's because it's raining where I'm at. I'm in New Carrington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cause Devin, like I said, Devin was telling me about your new album, but I didn't know it was your third one. I thought it was your second or first one. So, but
Nah. I be nah. This my third baby right here.
there you go. Who is a rapper that you want to meet right now that you would collaborate with on a song or anything?
Uh, there's so many artists I would love to collaborate with. Um, of course, my number one is Jay Z. Jay Z is the one guy that I would like to work with. But I would like to work with Meg the Stallion, um,
Right.
Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Baby, J. Cole, Drake, um, who another one? Kendrick Lamar, Eminem. Uh, there's a whole bunch of artists I would like to work with,
Right.
and and I feel like I would have good chemistry with all of them. So
Yeah. I
there's
mean,
a
it's
lot of names.
yeah. I mean, I know it's a lot of. I know it's a lot of people who always welcome to collaborate with newcoming people. So, I believe in your work, and I do know that that day is gonna come where you're gonna
Oh,
be paired
thank
with
you.
somebody. You're gonna win Grammys. You're gonna win so many awards, and your album gonna go platinum. You're gonna go big, man.
Appreciate it, man. I really appreciate that.
No
So
problem at all.
yeah.
So
So did you check out the album?
I have not had the chance to hear it, but I have seen it. It's been a lot going on my end, and then like I said, I just had mouth surgery Monday, so I'm still kind of
Oh,
recovering from that.
oh, okay.
Yeah, but I do know about it, and I am going to check it out as soon as I can. I am going to do it this weekend. I'm going to say that.
Okay. Cool. Cool, man. You'll enjoy it. Trust me, you're gonna enjoy it. So
Right.
yeah, like it's fish grease. It's fish grease, man. It's nothing lukewarm about it. It's fish grease.
I hear you. So I got two questions for you, and then I know it's been kind of short, but like I said, I'm kind of recovering from the surgery, so I'm gonna keep this interview a little short today. So I got two questions for you. The first question for you is, um, I know you were talking earlier that a lot of your songs was dedicated to people that you knew. Is there a song that you wrote or plan to write to dedicate to like a rapper that you admired growing up?
Say that one more time. What was the question?
I'm sorry. So I was going to say, so earlier you were talking about that you dedicated a lot of your songs to people that you know and in your life. I was going to say, did you have a song in mind you was going to write or you have written that's going to dedicate to maybe a rapper or two that you're fans of, or a song?
Well, in the future, like I might do that. I might do that. But I'm a like I'm. It might happen in the future,
Right,
but I always put like dedication of like and like to a certain rappers who I admire. Like if I do a song dedicated to Michael Jackson, I'll do it. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Or Prince or James Brown or it could be whoever that inspired me to be the artist that who I am today. But I'm really more focused on like um you know dedicating to the people that outside of music, like my family.
right,
Families first. Like without my grandmother, without my brothers, I wouldn't be Jay Swann. So
right.
like I'm big enough to them. So
Yeah. And my last question to you is, I
yeah.
know you were saying that you just released your album and you're going to be promoting that album. Do you plan on making, well, like a little later in life, do you plan on maybe writing a book about your life, about how you got into rapping and everything?
Well,
I know that
absolutely,
I was going to say
absolutely.
I know that
I'm
was a big
definitely
thing.
gonna write a book about my life.
Yeah, I think you should. I mean, it's well when you're ready to down the road, because I'm sure people would love to hear about your story and how you got into rapping, and yeah, I think that would be a good story for people to check out. Down the road when you. I said,
I,
can you hear me? Can you hear me, Josh?
okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay,
It's it's just raining where I'm at right
okay,
now.
okay,
Yeah, I
well,
can hear you.
okay,
Oh my God, now I can hear you. I can
okay.
still hear rain, man.
I can hear you too. Yeah, I was just. Oh, then you sound out. Okay. Been an interesting podcast. And I had his name wrong. I apologize to people that's watching. It's Swann. That's what it's Swann. I was informed wrong. It's Swann. I apologize for that one. All right, I'm waiting on. We lost Josh here for a second, waiting for him to come back on. And then I'm gonna cut this interview short because, like I said, I'm still recovering from mouth surgery a bit, and I'm still having some problems with my mouth and my gums. I'm slowly recovering, but I'm having problems with it bleeding still. So I'm not trying to do a lot of talking, but I wanted to take the time to do this, and I'm glad that he did it. Oh, here he is.
Oh God, man. Man, it's the weather, man. I apologize.
No, hey, it's cool. Listen, that was my last question to you. I was just going to tell you, when down the road when you can, you should write a book about yourself, about how you got into rapping, about your life. I think people would like it.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, I mean, I got an audio book out right now. It's called Black Swan.
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh
like
man,
11 chapters.
there you go. It's Josh Swann, but I'm glad he's not blonde. And that was the worst
You
rapper.
said Dark Swan?
No. I was kidding. I was saying, y'all heard him. It's Josh Swann, but I'm glad he's not blonde. That's what I said.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was a bad rap on my part, man. I'm having no plans to be a rapper. So here and there, I try to do something here and there, but no. Mm-mm. But
Hey, I ain't mad at you, man. Hey, rap ain't for everybody. It's not.
yeah,
It's really not.
there you go.
Yeah. Just like basketball not for everybody or football.
Yeah, yeah, man. Hey, listen, Josh. I know that our talk was brief and was in and out here and there, but I'm gonna cut this interview short because I'm still recovering from my mouth surgery from Monday. But I'm glad that you was able to take the time to come on my podcast today, and I would like to hopefully have you come back again, maybe later this year, again to talk about your work some more.
Oh yeah, most definitely. What's your name again?
Matt.
Matt. All right, cool, Matt. Cool, Matt. You been yeah, like keep doing your podcast. Like that's the way to go right now. Like to get your being your boss. Like you're gonna own your own radio station, your own podcast. So like we gotta push each other for real. So like I
Yeah,
would love to be your guest again.
yeah, man, most definitely. I'm going to definitely have you back, man. But later this year, I'm gonna reach back out to you, and I'm gonna have you come back on, man. Definitely.
All right. Is this want to ask you, is this going to be shared on like the Facebook or Instagram?
Oh, it's on my Facebook and it's on YouTube. We're actually live right now, so it's on both YouTube and Facebook.
Oh, dang, did I forgot to say hello to the fans out there. What's up, y'all? Dang. Dang.
Go on and say hi to him, man. Go ahead.
Yo, what's up, world? Black Swann and Matt on the podcast. Explaining and talking about, what's going on in the world. Yeah, Black Swann.
There you go. Hey Josh, thanks again for doing this, man. And like I said, I sent you a friend request on Facebook, and then I'm a send you the link to this so you can you'll know what I'm talking about. You can see my work from what I've previously done before.
Okay. And I can share this on Facebook as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah, yeah. Once I get out of the rain, because it's raining cats and dogs on this beltway. So
Okay. Hey,
yeah.
listen. You be safe out there, man. Be careful out there.
Oh, I got you, G. I got you.
All right, man.
You do the same.
All right, man. Thanks for doing
that. And thank you for having me, dog. Thanks.
Hey, no problem.
I really appreciate it.
No problem. I'm always reaching out to people in Maryland who has talent who may not have been interviewed or hasn't been interviewed in a while. So you're the second rapper from Maryland I've talked to this.
Okay.
All right, man. So you be safe out there, and I'll talk to you.
All right, dog. You be safe, all right?
All right, man. Bye. Oops. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm sorry that I cut this short, but like I've been saying on and off here, we kind of been having some signal problems too. I'm recovering from surgery. I just had two of my teeth pulled, and I'm not trying to do a lot of talking right now. But I am going to have Josh come back. For those who haven't seen it, we'll have Josh come back later this year to talk again more about his work and probably be doing something else by then. Stay tuned to my podcast. Keep following. Keep listening. I can assure you, I don't always have signal problems. Next week on Tuesday, I'm going to have Pastor Thomas Cobb and his son Ben come on. It's going to be a prayer ministry podcast. We're going to talk about what's been going on in the world and the ministries and how that can help the world with what's going on right now. And yeah, it's going to be real good. Might have another one later in the week as well. My interview with Morgan England. He was an actor on The Guiding Light. That's going to be out within the next 2 weeks as well. So stay tuned and y'all be safe out there. And until next time, goodbye.